shit. Two niggas with attitude.
Yeah, man. We are back. We back, man. We are back. As usual, man, bringing you that great content, man. That great content. Uncut, raw, riveting. For the people, by the people, to the people, man. You already know what to do, man. I'm your host, man. Buddy Hunter BJ, man. CEO Nino Cappucino, the brand, man. Riding shotgun with me, man. And then I went on down to New York and got my sniper, man. I went and got my sniper, man. Tough Stino's in the building. Big Unc Spliff is in the building, man. Unc of all Uncs, man. The godfather Unc of all Uncs, man. Is what they like to call him, man. Yeah, that nigga like that, y'all. He like that. Don't call me Unc, y'all. That I can't even have my uncle title now. What it do, man? What it do?
What's
all
up, Big Cap?
Cappuccinos out there, man. Where we at, huh?
Hey, man, we in Ohio.
Man, you had me ride my jet to the wrong damn state, man. I thought I was going over here until you told me at the last minute. So I had to veer right, man, and shit on down here to Ohio, man. We're in Ohio right now, y'all. We done parked these jets, man. We're in Ohio, man. We done went on over here, man, and allowed nephew to upgrade, trade that bus in. He put the tour bus in, man, and got him a jet too now, man.
Yes,
we
sir.
flying around this bitch, man. Don't be mad hating on us because we got our own jets, nigga. Yeah, don't be mad. Don't be mad.
Oh, man. You said
let's rock and roll, huh?
Hey, check it out, man. Hey, we rocking with this story, man. Sad, very horrific story out of Ohio. It happened back in the summer of 2022. By a young lady by the name of Aisha Nelson. Y'all heard me. I want y'all to go ahead and Google this, TV land. Aisha Nelson, man. Aisha Nelson. Well, she was murdered by her boyfriend. Now, what makes this story very saddening was there was a domestic dispute call right before she was murdered.
Wow.
She called the police. The police showed up and basically was dismissive to her concerns. And then hours later, she's dead.
Hours later. Not days, not weeks, out like the same day.
Same day.
Interesting. Say, real quick question before you move forward. I thought I sent you two of these, so it wasn't another separate incident of a young lady and her ex-boyfriend. Is this the same one?
This is
there's two different stories we're doing because I know it's one of the ex-boyfriend who threatened to kill his ex-girlfriend, and he carried out his threat.
Oh, talking about no. This the same one. This the same story, brother.
Okay, damn. And it's crazy that it happened practically last year. But what touched me, what gained my attention, and the reason why I want to come on and speak on, and first and foremost, moment of silence over here at R.O.E, Spliff DTV, Tough Stino, man, a moment of silence. Our condolences to the family, man. You feel me? Yeah, we're doing it like that, man. Our condolences to the families down there, man, and to her family. The reason why I want to come on and touch the story was what caught my attention was the 911 call. That she had called 911 and reported it the first time and said that my boyfriend got a gun. He got my gun. He got a gun in his register in my name, and he took the gun with him, and he threatened my life. And I believe him. And so they didn't act on it. And it took her a couple of calls until finally, when he finally came out, the young lady was dead, if I'm not mistaken. So let's roll with this piece, so we can see where it take us.
And to add on to that, what you just said, Cap, I found some. Let me share these. Let me share this tab real quick. All right, can y'all see it?
Nah.
We don't see nothing.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, here we go. All right, so if this is a excerpt of Aisha's 911 call, she said he do have possession of a gun that I purchased. He did take it, and I didn't make a big fuss about it, but he threatened my life. He has means to do it.
And
That's
that was
all
from
it
the
took for her
police
to
phone
say.
call.
Yeah, that's all it took for her to say, though, from a
But-
domestic standpoint.
Exactly. But this is the crazy part, Cap. If you I don't know if people can see that. I really was trying to take that picture to blow it up so people can really see it. But the headline for this news story was woman called 911 3 times before
That's what
her
I said.
murder.
3 times. That's what I said. I knew I wasn't tripping when I read into the story. She called him 3 times. She called the first time, hung up, and I believe it was like a few minutes apart. She called back again with the report, and to the 3rd time, and then after that, he came and did his shits.
So so that lets you know, bro, that if somebody calls from a domestic, if somebody calls 911 on a domestic dispute and they are talking to the 911 operator and they basically let you know they're in fear of their life, what does it take for the police to take them serious?
Well, that's a great question, and it's a great question, and it's a weird question, because if you think back in time, like that shit didn't exist. Like when a person did a 911, that's what it was, 911, and they was on their shits. Nowadays, it's like it's different, and I guess that's why it was controversial on the police behalf too. Some of the police, I believe, came up getting suspended or something like that because that must be it's cover up there. I mean, them lazy motherfuckers who got the call didn't move on the call and act on the call right then and there. They probably sit there at the donut shop some damn where, fucking around, man, or in one of them alleys get some head from a hooker, like they do.
I do know 2 things. I do know Ohio is one of our most racist states. I do know that. So maybe it was something, because they black, that they didn't really, they probably really didn't care, right? Maybe, right? Like, all right, let them take each other out. Two, I had a phone call. Somebody called and said that I had a gun. I was immediately arrested, and they didn't even find a gun. I was immediately arrested for felony possession of firearm, and they didn't even find a gun. They took me about my own crib. So I don't know what the hell is going on with this police department.
All right, so I found the original news story. We're gonna play it, and then I want both of y'all commentary.
Investigation into what led up to the murder of a Dayton woman and her 6-year-old daughter. Aisha Nelson.
Hold up, Cap. You ain't telling me the little girl was murdered.
What?
Too.
I didn't know neither.
Son, come on, man. Yo, these niggas, man.
I didn't know neither. I didn't see my eyes when I heard the news, man, just say, and her daughter. So this nigga would not. Oh man, coward shit.
Exclusive investigation into what led up to the murder of a Dayton woman and her 6-year-old daughter. Aisha Nelson made several 911 calls begging for help, saying her life was in danger. Just hours later, police say Nelson and her daughter were dead. Chelsea Sick breaks down those phone calls and takes questions directly to Dayton police.
Regional dispatch.
Hi, I have a question.
Aisha Nelson's first 911 call came in just before 5:30 on June 22nd. She asks how to file a police report after she says her boyfriend threatened to kill her.
He do have possession of a gun that I purchased. He did take it, and I didn't make a big fuss about it. But since he threatened my life, he has the means to do it.
The dispatcher encourages her to go to a nearby police station and call from there to have an officer come out and take a report. He also reminds her there are local shelters she can stay at for safety. But according to regional dispatch records, she didn't call back until just after midnight on June 23rd. She asks for an officer to meet her at a Family Dollar so she could file a police report.
I don't want him arrested. I just want to make a report. Just in case anything does happen, because I'm going to protect myself.
The dispatcher says she'll send an officer to the Family Dollar. About 20 minutes later, Nelson calls dispatch back, concerned because she saw several officers rushing to another scene.
I do know that they all went to a call. As far as like how long it may be that they're on that call, I don't know because I just don't have any details.
Nelson tells the dispatcher she will make the report in the morning. She's concerned about waiting too long with her 6-year-old daughter in the car.
At least you guys have my calls recorded. I mean, I don't know what else to do. I do realize that Dayton does have a short of police officers.
She asks the dispatcher to have officers call her if they can meet with her and plans to go back to the house.
But I just don't want them to show up at the house.
Right.
I don't want to upset her.
I will go ahead and let them know that. Okay.
That was the last 911 call she made. Her boyfriend, Waverly Halls, known as Dante, then called dispatch just after 1:30 in the morning.
My girlfriend in here acting crazy and blew up the house. I just wanted to get out the house. I don't want no problems.
Dispatch records show police responded to the call just before 1:40 and left about an hour later. Dayton Police Major Brian John says no report was filed and no arrests were made.
Hey, hold on. Pause that. I know I'm not tripping, right? He made a 911 call saying, hey, my girlfriend tripping. She tearing up the house and I just want her to know. And the police came out and made a report.
Yes. Yep.
Roll camera, man.
Killed Nelson and her daughter, Harper Monroe, about an hour later. So she wasn't removed from the home or anything like that. They were both left. They were both there when the officers left.
That is correct.
Did they know there were weapons in the home?
It's my knowledge, yes.
That weapon was recovered in Alabama, where police say Halls was found dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Oh, he killed himself.
So this nigga killed a girl, killed an innocent 6-year-old daughter, and then take a sucker dope fiend move and can't live up to he can't even accept accountability and live up to his actions. Drives down to Alabama, probably where his family is from, and kills himself.
Coward shit, real pure D coward shit, man. Pure D coward shit. But let me tell you something about. It's crazy about the domestic world and domestic life, man. I mean, you know, most of us, you know, a lot of cats that come from the streets and come from that world walk of life. We can't sit here and sugarcoat in life as if, you know, you didn't have some experience in your life or go down that form of being in a domestic situation or domestic relationship at one point or another in your life, man, because it just happens. I myself, you know, was in a situation before of a domestic experience. And the crazy part about it was I really didn't do the domestic. The domestic was done to me. I got my chin busted on my birthday because I wouldn't marry a particular individual, right? My baby mom, I wouldn't marry him. So she slung a beaker from across the room because I was packing all my shit to get on up and get up out of there and leave, finally. And hit me in the chin with a beaker bottle, right? Split my chin right here. So instead of me, you know, raising up and going to, you know, put hands on her little bitty ass, I left. I said, wait a minute, hold on. Let me cover my tracks and do what they do to us to make sure I don't get in trouble this time. I will leave from out of my condo, walk across streets, across Santa Fe Springs, literally to the police department and say, hey, I want to just make a police report. Not no arrest, I just want to make a report so I can have the report. The motherfuckers told me to get up out of there.
Wow.
That's messed up.
This no joke. They literally told me, man, the way I described her and they looking at me talking about, man, as big as you is, man, get on up out of here, man. You don't want no report. So guess what the next move I did, huh?
What's that?
Got in my car. I drove myself from Long Beach, went straight to Martin Luther King. Went to ER and Martin Luther King, got my stitches, and got the report done there. You feel me? So that I can have it.
Yeah.
Luckily, I did just that. Soon as I'm coming out of Long Beach, getting in my car, I'm driving, the sheriffs hit me, get behind me. Boom, run my name. I got a warrant out for my arrest for domestic violence in Long Beach. I'm going, huh? They arrest me, take me to jail, bro. $50,000 bond. I bail out. Boom, like a couple of hours later, I bail out. You know, the 10% bond bail out. But here's the twist. This is why I say that's crazy that Dayton, Ohio has the type of rules that they have, because in Los Angeles and California, this is what happened on that 911 call when he called them. Somebody got to go. Both of them ain't going to stay at the house at that time and moment. They're going to break up the friction, so somebody going to go, and that somebody 9 times 10 going to be the male. They're going to ask him to leave. He goes, but this is my house. So literally, this is our place, but I got all the furniture in this motherfucker, my shit. I done furnished the whole damn place. Everything here mine. So when I bailed out, they gave me a freaking stairway restraining order from 100 feet and 100 yards in my place. I said, but
so
sir,
you can't even go back to your house.
That's what I said, but sir, what about my clothes? And he said, you better have a family member, somebody try to hook up with her, go get it. You cannot step foot back. I said, man, that don't make no damn sense, man. I was already moving my shit. He said, well, I don't know what to tell you, but you cannot go. And bro, so I couldn't go move my furniture, none of that shit, bro. So she threw my shit all outside, some of it all down the stairs, just dumb shit. But I just want to share that as an experience, because when I heard him say he made that call and they left both of them there, I was like, see, their laws is different than there. In Dayton, Ohio, then the domestic laws have to be different. And then, like she said, they had a shortage of police. That's still not no excuse after this young lady called out 3 times, bro. That's for sure a guaranteed lawsuit against that city of Dayton, Ohio, man.
Yeah.
For wrongful death on the behalf that they could have saved that moment when she called him the very, very first time. They could have saved her life and saved that moment. Instead, the operator dumbass is gonna tell her, "Oh, you can go to a shelter. Oh, we got places and programs." She obviously ain't calling for no shit, for no shelter, no program. The girl is calling because she's scared for her life at that moment. So y'all was supposed to reflect and respond at that moment. At least send a squad out there and check on the little girl and the baby and say, okay, well, from this point, my advice is don't stay here at the house if you think he's gonna come back. Allow us to escort you over here to the shelter, or you can go to an emergency shelter right now. Y'all was supposed to do those procedures, not wait or tell her on the phone. What you think, Tough?
I think 2 things, man. So the first thing is she didn't have any urgency when she did call the police. I believe this is why they didn't act a certain way. She said she didn't want nobody arrested. I'm saying, like, she was very calm when she was on the phone during those calls, which should not have deterred them from acting, but maybe that's the reason why they did not take it as serious, like, oh, well, they just arguing or whatever like that. The second thing is, when he called, something should have definitely happened, being is that she did call 3 times prior. This police station is not doing their due diligence when it comes to their cases. The last thing I want to say is rest in peace to the young lady. And I did also suffer a domestic violence loss in my family as well in December. This is why I always have this here. So this is very important to me right here. This is my little cousin Tamisha. She got killed by her boyfriend in December 2022.
Hold it up a little bit more camera for us, Def. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so her life was taken.
What was the date? Pardon my soul, but what was the date again that you said that she had got killed? Her demise. What happened and what was the date? December
2nd, 2022.
Same year.
Yeah. So she was living with her boyfriend, and he stabbed her in the chest and she died there. The thing about it is, when y'all ladies see these red flags, because I didn't know that they had fought before. She had called the police before. My aunt knew, my uncle knew, everybody knew except for the nigga that was going to do something, which was me, right? But when y'all do feel like something is going on, y'all have to make it your business to get out of those situations. Don't be nice. Don't care about what that man is going to do or say, because you have to protect yourself. There's too many young ladies passing away. And I do have a number right here too, just in case y'all don't believe that there's any help available. The help is always available. That's
1-800-799-7233. That's 1-800-799-7233. If you're suffering, you're in a domestic situation, you feel your life is threatening, man, there is help available. Call that number, 1-800-799-7233, man.
Please. That's all I got to say on that, man.
Tough to kind of to respond to that. I totally agree with you, bro. At the same time, these women need, especially when a child is involved. The child, you need to put that child first. Protect that child first. Not only yourself, but you should know. Okay, it's a child involved. It's a child in this household. Let me protect my children. You know what I'm saying? And I don't. I gotta agree with you with the phone calls, man. Like her sense of urgency wasn't there.
Yeah.
It wasn't there. But at the same time, while Cap was talking, and when he said about the 3 phone calls, I was thinking to myself, I said, you know something, this police department should have record that it's been 4 911 calls within hours to the same address. It got to be something going on. Let me send police cars down now.
Right.
Let's see what's going on.
But obviously, the dispatchers, maybe they had to change shifts because remember the original call was done at 5 p.m. in the evening. Then the next call was done 12 a.m. in the morning.
Right.
So we went into the next day. So that's a shift change, huh? So that means the other dispatcher didn't pass the word down or pass that information down. She had it in record, but she didn't pass it to a dispatcher saying, can you go through here and check address, such, because the young lady didn't call me twice, and I'm concerned. See, it wasn't that kind of dispatcher.
Yeah.
Maybe, and obviously, this dispatcher had to be a white woman, because if it was a sister, trust and believe, that sister probably would have sent somebody out or stressed that point. So it had to be some white woman, and it really wasn't her deficit of concerns, man. And like the nephew just said, Ohio is one of our biggest racist states still that exists right now today, man. So don't get it twisted. Don't look at the reality of what's reality, man.
The Rust Belt, the New South.
Yeah.
Hey,
let them kill themselves. They do it all the time any damn way. Or we're going to go out on a dry run and then she going to say she don't want to arrest him. They be having them kind of mentality too, man, because couples do this shit. So you got to understand it's the crying wolf syndrome. This was one of them situations the operator probably thought, oh, she just crying wolf. Especially when she said, like y'all both just said, and I agree with y'all both too. She didn't make it a stressful moment right then and there. No, send somebody right now. I'm in fear of my life and my child's life. She never even mentioned the child. So we never knew about the child, bro.
Right.
We never knew the child was implicated in the background because it never came out of her mouth. She felt threatened for her and her baby. That should have been specified off top.
And then she went back to his crib and got into another, like,
yeah, she went back.
Yeah, man. Like, I'm not trying to place no blame on. I'm saying, like, because in all actuality, it's like, yo, niggas have to be men, bro. Like, niggas can't resort to shit like that. But at the end of the day, it's like I see a lot of red flags coming from her side too. I just gotta call it out the same way I called it out with my cousin that passed. Like, yo, you know, you should have been left him. You should have been left him. Stop going back.
Facts is facts, though, Stino. Facts is facts.
Hey, but you know, you guys, that's what this takes us back to the other day. This takes us back to our EP about the Blueface and Christiana Rock.
Mm-hmm.
They're number one prime example for this right here, bro. This takes us back to Blue and Christiana, man.
Right.
About the poison, the poison relationship. The
toxic.
A nigga can't get enough. So it was one of them situations. Obviously, she couldn't get enough of him, and he couldn't get enough of her, despite they know that the shit ain't healthy.
Right.
Being here beating on each other, trying to kill each other, and then turn around and fucking have sex. That ain't no healthy shit, bro. That ain't it, man. Now, if you're role playing with it, that's cool. You feel me? You're role playing, all right, I get that. But this is real life relation. That ain't good. Yeah. That's not it, man.
Now, the Professional Standards Bureau has launched an internal investigation to look into the officers' actions. Is there anything that you think that your officers at this point should have done differently?
Well, I think that's what we're going to do is when the review is done, we'll see. We'll know more about how the call was handled and probably learn more from that review.
The city official says the officers are not on administrative leave, and they could not tell me yet exactly what officers knew when they responded to the call. Major John says they're now digging through the suspect's cell phone records and will continue to process evidence to be sure no other charges can be filed. Reporting in Dayton, Chelsea Sick.
Nah.
Who you gonna charge? What kind of charges? Who you gonna charge now? Because the victim is dead, her and her daughter, and the suspect, coward ass, went and did y'all business for him. He did it himself. So who you gonna charge? Unless you're gonna charge the police.
Right.
For negligence, for not doing their job, for negligence. That's the only person you're gonna charge. But you ain't even gonna charge them. This has already been a year. You're already been stagnated. And if we wouldn't be speaking on it right now today, it wouldn't even be spoken on the internet because ain't nobody talking about it. And this is what drew my attention. And these are the type of topics and stories that we cover and that we're going to continue to cover, bro, to bring it light, to shed it light. You feel me? So it wouldn't even be speaking on right now. So I feel like this. They didn't suspend the officers. They didn't leave on administrative leave. They're still getting paid, full pay, and they still on the job. Ain't nothing gonna happen, bro. This is
hold on, Cap.
This is another one of them brooms under the rug situations, man.
Hold on,
what's up,
they did suspend the officers. They did.
Oh, they did.
They did suspend. Now,
okay, I stand to be corrected then.
All right, so the video that we watched was when it first happened. Can y'all see? Can y'all see the new video?
Yeah, the new exclusive. The new exclusive. Yeah. Okay, so this the current update then.
This is an update.
Okay, let's go. Let's roll.
Exclusive investigation continues. We are looking into the moments leading up to the murder of a Dayton woman and her 6-year-old daughter. Thanks for joining us. I'm Adam Merrill.
And I'm Megan O'Rourke. We have just received this body camera footage. It shows officers responding to the home where Aisha Nelson lived with her boyfriend, Burleigh Avenue. Chelsea Sick breaks down this interaction and takes this video to a local judge and law professor for legal analysis. Chelsea.
According to dispatch records, police responded to the home on Burleigh Avenue just after 1:30 in the morning. They spent about an hour at the house, but police say they left the home and didn't write a report, make any arrests, or remove anyone from the home. The interaction you're about to see is now under internal investigation with the Dayton Police Department. Just before 2 in the morning on June 23rd, Dayton police officers Terrell Moore and Catherine Santos respond to a domestic disturbance call on Burleigh Avenue. This after Waverly Halls called police saying he wants his girlfriend Aisha Nelson removed from the home. She had also...
What the fuck? Hold up, time out. So he called, that was the 4th call. So he called and asked for her to be removed from the home.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's it. That's his. See, now it's taking twists on us, right?
Oh my God.
I thought originally she was at her house.
Oh my God!
No. She was in her car. They say you can go stay at a shelter, and they gave her the address. She didn't have nowhere to stay.
Yeah, see, I'm thinking all this time, her first 3 calls, she was at home in her place. So all the time, she living with him. She's staying up in this joint then.
Right.
That's why he called. Oh, this is crazy, man. That's wrong, huh?
So called dispatch 3 times in the hours before, trying to make a police report. When officers get there, Nelson tells them Hawes had threatened her life.
Last night he had the gun in his hand. He came back upstairs like, we just started arguing. And he was like, "You'll get the out of here. I'll get my sisters and everybody to beat you up." And I was like, "You're not gonna do nothing." He was like, "Matter of fact, get out." I said, "You can't put me out. I can't right here." So he was like, "You really willing to lose your life over a gun?"
She also shares audio of a fight she had with Hawes. Nelson says he's holding a gun during the argument.
You're not tough. You don't want the alternative. I'm telling you. I promise you that, bro. You don't want that.
You tough. You got a gun.
She says she couldn't leave because he had cut off her credit cards, and being from New Jersey, she didn't have friends or family to stay with. She also told officers she didn't want a temporary protection order against him. Another officer speaks with Hawes. He says Nelson was breaking items in the house.
That nigga should have been arrested.
I don't want no drama. I ain't do all that arguing and stuff. Then we doing this in front of our kids.
After they speak.
Oh, is it?
It's his kid too?
He said kids as a plural too. He said kids.
Oh, okay, so he probably has
his kid though.
Right.
But he said our kids. Oh, hold up. Let's take it back. I want to make sure he said our kids.
No drama. Do all that arguing and stuff. Then we doing this in front of our kids.
After they speak with both parties, the officers talk amongst themselves outside. They're trying to decide how to proceed.
She's saying she believes it's a genuine threat, but why, if that's the case, why are you still here? Why are you putting yourself in this situation?
They check to make sure neither Hawes.
If you know she put in a, if you know it's a situation, You know, because you're saying she's putting herself in a dangerous situation. It's your job to remove the danger from that situation. Either she got to go or you got to go, because he's clearly saying you don't want the alternative. He's saying that in the police presence.
That's true from a reality standpoint, nephew. But let's go back to the real ignorant standpoint of it is this girl didn't really want her to fucking leave, bro. So they couldn't force her to leave. That's why the officer police said what she said. She said, it's clear, but it's obvious she doesn't want to leave. It's like the officer is trying to make a decision, but how do we make this decision when it's clear that this girl keep telling us, I don't want him to go to jail. I don't want to press charges against him. I just want to report. Fuck you want to report for then?
Right.
That didn't make sense, bro. So it's like it's too many flippity-flop flags on both sides, both ends, man. And I just think from looking at this, the current upgrade right now, updated news, I think even if they did do an investigation, the reason why they came to a conclusion and they went on to fire on these officers was from the actual standard way they were supposed to do it. Someone was supposed to go to jail. And if he made an actual verbal threat and she got it on recording, then he was supposed to go to jail. If
he was threatening her while they were standing right there,
and he had it on recording, then she was supposed to go to jail.
Yes.
Whoever the aggressor is goes to jail all the time, bro. It never fails. So this wasn't that case. You had two aggressors. She was argumentative with him just as well. Feel me? And
so the police dropped the ball twice.
And again, she kept stressing, I don't want no restraining order against him. I don't want him to go to jail. But then what the fuck do you want?
Right.
And then on top of that, this is the killer part. Females got this bad, not women, because it's a separation. The big mouth want to be crazy, hardcore females, and a lot of females today have a lot of heart and are way more hardened than a lot of these suck ass niggas. So this is one of them cases where she had enough galls and heart to tell that nigga, shut up, nigga, you ain't tough. So what, you got my gun? Shut up. You ain't gonna do nothing. Oh, you gonna go get your sisters? So what? And what? She was intimidating the nigga and it's what's the word?
Antagonizing that nigga.
Antagonizing. Yeah. She said, and when you antagonize a nigga of anger, eventually pressure busts the pipe, sweetheart. So what he did was he proved it to you that I would do what I said I would do. You keep on pressuring me. So she kept on and kept on until he did what he said he was going to do. And then once his dumb ass realized what he have done, oh, I'm out of here. Now you got to drive back to Alabama, and that whole drive, all this running through your mind, I fucked up.
Yep.
I'm going to prison for the rest of my life. They're going to kill me with death row. Boom, he killed himself. Because now he got to make a decision. He got to make a rational decision. Do I turn myself in like the man I'm supposed to be, or do I go out like the coward that I am going to be, man? And he went out like the coward he is, man. Because that was some coward shit to kill that baby and kill her.
Yep.
That's coward shit, bro. And I can say this from experience standpoint. I've been under the gun. I've been under pressure to where I had to make a decision. Do I murk everything up in here right now, or do I just get my shoulders and leave? And I did just that, bro. And coming from where I come from and the experiences of my life, it was so many of my people so shocking and surprised that I didn't end up on death row with the attitude and the temperament that I carry. And we talking about my active years. I'm really barely coming out of my transition of change and slowly. What you see now is totally different within me. I'm talking about when a nigga act right then and there impulsively. We talking about I had this experience 2004, man, 2007, excuse me. You feel me? And so I had to act on it accordingly, bro. And I just, I left. Yeah, I was emotionally distraught. I was hurt, fucked up, unbelievable. But at the same token, I balled it on up and left, bro, and never looked back. So it's like it's how we deal with situations, man. How it comes to us and how we deal with it. But this shit goes on. It's going on daily right now today. It exists daily, man. You know what I mean?
House tell Nelson about local resources and places to stay. Then they leave. Dayton police say Hawes shot and killed Nelson and her 6-year-old daughter. right after 3 that morning. They say Hawes was found dead with a self-inflicted gunshot wound in Alabama.
So we had some privacy after he just kicked the bathroom door in.
I sat down with UD law professor and acting judge Tom Hagel.
My partner's probably telling her the same thing.
We watched the body camera video together. What is just your initial reaction?
So I could see how she could come to a conclusion that she was being threatened.
He says a threat is just one form of domestic violence.
Could they have arrested him just based off of what she was saying?
If they believed what she was saying, I think they could have arrested him, because they just have to have a reasonable belief that he, in this instance, threatened her with serious bodily harm or death.
He says the officers made a game time judgment call, which is in their power to do, but he says a police report should have been filed.
Yeah, I'm surprised that a report was not filed under this set of circumstances, especially since there is statement from the woman that a gun is involved.
Dayton police say while those 2 officers aren't on administrative leave, they have launched an internal investigation into why a report wasn't filed.
A city official says Dayton.
So they're not suspended.
No, hey sis, listen.
Nah,
See, this is where the violation comes in at only. They got to explain why you didn't do the paperwork proceedings. Okay, we get it. That's just like me and Tough in traffic. We get pulled over. I got suspended L's, right? But I got insurance. Tough L's is good, golden. So they can give me 2 choices with their discretion. They can either impound my car and be an asshole, say, fuck his license, impound my car anyway, because I'm the driver.
Right.
Or they can let him take over the wheel, let him drive. Or they can say, man, get your shit together, man, get your license right, and be gone. We on our way. Because they had that discretion and decision to make right then and there. They can do that. A lot of assholes would take the procedure and go through the procedure and impound your shit because it goes on record for them. So they're going to take the report and they're going to impound your shit because that was an arrestee for them that day. So it goes on their report. So what the judge just said was they have the discretion, the power to make that decision whether or not to make the arrest. And that's what they did. They just figured like, well, shit, ain't no need of us taking him to jail. She don't want him to go to jail. But what they didn't do was their professional work was do that paperwork anyway, so you'll have it for the department as backup. And we did our due diligence. We went out, we listened to both parties. She specified us that it wasn't a threat like that, so we felt like her life wasn't in danger, but we did make the report, and here's the statements.
Right.
That's where they're going to
document
receipts. Facts.
That's what they fucked up at.
Yeah, that's where they stuck on this report. Watch.
I'm gonna just share this tab real quick. Right there. So they this thing. They are currently suspended right now.
Okay.
So what happened? Tough was they were not suspended. It took the interview that we just watched, and kudos to this news reporter that kept on sticking with this story. If that news reporter wouldn't kept with this story and just kept on digging and went to this acting judge. Now, you see the slick move she did?
What was her name,
Let's go back to her. Let's see what her name is, man.
So we shot.
Oh, no, little Snow Bunny right here. There she go.
Salute, Snow Bunny. You know the vibes.
Looking like Dorothy.
Megan.
She looked like Dorothy with the ponytails and weird eyes, man.
Yeah, but I got to salute her. For her.
What's her name?
Let's find out because she gonna
Fox 45. She works on Fox 45, man.
Hold on, let's play it.
Can't make further comment because the internal review is
Chelsea
underway.
Sick.
I requested an interview with the
Chelsea Sick.
Okay, shout out to Miss Chelsea Sick, man, for that story, for breaking that story for the young lady, man, and her family. Shout out to Miss Chelsea Sick down there doing her real journalist job, man.
Yeah, big salute to you, Chelsea Sick. Big salute. So if it wasn't for Chelsea Sick's continuing investigation on this incident, the officers would have never got charged. I mean, the officer would have never got suspended, and I guarantee you they would have swept this under the rug. Guarantee.
That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Sad story, man.
There you have it, man. It's a very sad story, sad moment, but it took us the trio, man. It took the trio to fly on down there and link up with Chelsea Sick, man, so we can deliver it to the urban aspect of things, man, so that all the rest of the people know the story, man, hear the story. Hey, listen, man, eyes, ears open around here. If you hear anything and it's in that fashion, you better do something about it, young ladies. Do something about it.
Damn, man.
Beautiful young
That's
lady.
cold.
Beautiful little daughter.
That's cold.
And once again, ladies, just like Tough said, do y'all due diligence, man. Vet these dudes, man. Just don't go off outside appearance just because he got a great physical stature or he got money, he got diamonds. Nigga, vet these niggas' mental stability, please.
Facts.
You ask me, my advice before we get up out of here, if you got a big mama or auntie, I'm talking about real auntie. I ain't talking about no 35, 40-year-old ass auntie. Real aunties that know some shits. Young ladies, go sit down with your aunties and the women of your family. Real women. I ain't talking about the bad bitch of your family. A woman who does not address herself as a bad bitch. She calls herself a woman, a queen, a substance. Go sit down with them kind of women and talk to them and get some real thorough advice when it comes down to how do you court and really date a man. Y'all better take the word of the aspect dating ain't today ain't nothing but fucking. That's all dating is. Women, Steve Harvey, big mouth ass, delivered the information to y'all years ago and told y'all how to think like us. And y'all jackasses have been thinking like us over a decade now. So now what y'all do the same thing dirty dick niggas do. You go get you 4 or 5 niggas.
Cap, what you call them? What they call?
Dirty dick niggas. Dirty niggas. Dirty dick, shriveled up, Viagra popping ass niggas. You go get them niggas, you feel me? You get your 5 of them. 2 of them you're fucking. The other 3 you just fake on them and tease them with the pussy because they paying your bills. And you holler, I'm single, I'm dating, I love being single. Yeah, because y'all figured out the playing mechanism. Y'all figured out what niggas been doing to y'all for hundreds of years already. So y'all decided to do the same thing they doing. That ain't being no real woman. You a tramp.
Right.
You're a hoe. You're going to be everything in the category that we put you in. Real women don't get down like that. Real women don't get their bodies up to multiple men over and over and over. Real women ain't giving up the goods. This is why, hey, man, I missed the hell out of Kevin Samuels, man. Because he separated and taught us the difference, bro. He taught us the difference between this shit, a modern-ass woman. Feel me? A real queen ain't selling for that bullshit, ain't gonna go for it because she know her substance, she know her standards, she know her values, she know what the fuck she's really worth. It's you tramps, you bitches out here really don't know your worth. So this is why you act like us. You want to be a nigga. You do nigga shit. But guess what? Niggas ain't respecting you in the end of the day. You ain't respecting yourself. And it's crazy that we live in that kind of world now where females really don't respect themselves and they tell you, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. What the fuck? You know, that's their favorite stuff. What the fuck? Bro.
Crazy.
Man, on that note, man, R.O.E, man, you've been slapped upside the head, man. You've been struck by lightning bolt, man. R.O.E 2023, man, in the building, man. Spliff DTV, man, in conjunction with HTX Current News, man. Watch Satellite News, man. And we went on old Slat over there to NY, man. And we went and grabbed our young nephew, man. Tough Stino, man. Tough Stino is in the building, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, without any further ado, man, we're going to run on over here. We finna fly to Chicago right now, man. We finna jump on the jets right quick, man. We finna air on out to Chi-Town, man, to this breaking news, man. We be right back at y'all, man. The mighty W. Watts. We are taught to survive.